Hi guys, thanks for joining me again. If you're new to my channel, welcome. My name is Ann and on my channel I review foreign international content. Today I'm back to review season 3 of Young, Famous and African. And wow, okay, I have to say season 3 was much better than season 2. First of all, we got some new people there. We've got, is it Fikwe, Ini girl, Ini is like Nigerian royalty actress. I was like, Ini, what are you doing here? You know, this gets messy. What are you doing here, girl? But good to see you. You can hang. I love it. And then we also have Shakib, who is Zari's new husband. Very, very interesting. I have to say, I really love the vibe of season 3, just because I think we have the new edition, as well as it had both drama, but then there was reconciliations, which really helped which really made it more fun to watch. I hate it when shows after a while, I mean, we've all seen The Real Housewives, you know, it can get toxic and it's just one toxic thing after another toxic thing and you're just like, come on, you guys are constantly fighting is just nasty. But this time I feel like season 3 had the balance. They had their fights, don't get it twisted, the drama was there, but I also love that they would try to come back and reconcile as much as possible. So that was good. So let's get started. So obviously we have Zari, our boss lady. We see now she gets married to this young, fine guy from Uganda. And we saw even Annie had an issue with it. But I'm just like, come on, people, age is but a number. We've got some 50-year-old men who are probably still immature. So what if he's, I don't know, he's in his 20s? But I really loved his vibe. He's calm, quiet, and he's also wise. Like the way he talked to Zari and Diamond about their relationship and the lack of boundaries. Now that she's married to him, like, now you need to know I'm your husband. Like, you guys, I know you guys had a history, you have kids, you always be in each other's lives, but now I'm here. Let's have some respect. And by the way, I would not blame it more on Diamond, I'll blame it on Zari. Zari, you are the married wife now. You need to put the boundaries. The whole hugging and holding on to men, and I don't know, you're poking and playing around with Diamond. Come on, respect your new husband, right? Don't be a flirt. You know what I'm talking about. And then Zari, I just loved it. You know, she's keeping, you can tell she's like, I'm the head person here, because we found out Andale is gone. What happened to Andale? Anybody know? Let me know in the comment section. And then Kanye we saw, but she only came for a little bit. And what she did for Nadia, oh, she had me crying. But Zari now is like the head. You could tell she's like, I know I'm the head right now. I'm the leader of the pack. And boy, is she riding that wave. I just hope that she doesn't ride it so much she becomes toxic. She was more vocal, but don't become a mean girl, Zari. You're a boss lady. Don't become a mean girl. Don't let the toxicity or the fame or whatever make you a mean girl. But I'm loving it. I'm loving the drama. You're the boss lady. Always will be. Just fantastic and excellent husband there. And then obviously then we move to Annie. Ugh, Annie. I think from season 1 we've always said you need therapy, girl, and I don't think you have. You should take a page off of Swanky's book and go get therapy, girl. First of all, does it bother anybody else? How much does Annie shakes her head, especially when she gets mad? It's just like, I'm like, what are you trying to say, Annie? Trying to follow your face? You're just like everywhere. But Annie is the kind of person who's gone through so much trauma that everything triggers her. Everything is a trigger. Somebody could even be trying to like reconcile with her. She is just ready to defend. She's always like this. Meaning in your life, you have had so many people not treat you so well. So now you have to self-protect. So it doesn't matter even when somebody is actually coming to be on your side, you're already fighting Annie. Go to therapy, okay? Go learn about yourself. Go deal with all those trauma. And I bet you feel better. I even felt sad that she was so stressed out. I think she ended up in the hospital. And by the way, that one scene, you all so messy. I'm like, y'all could see how wig in the back, it was coming up. Like, come on, help a sister out. Okay, if you see my wig, the lace start to lift up, can somebody say, oh, girl, I'm going to need you to go and kind of, you know, fix the back. We could all see the glue back there because she's wearing one of those, you know, 360 wigs and the glue. And I'm like, Netflix, you're all messy. You could have said, hold, cut. let's fix the back of the hair. Hey, yo. I was like, what is going on? Anyway, Annie, go to therapy. Go to therapy, and I bet you a lot of your problems will start to solve. Go find yourself. Go find who you are so you can learn to love yourself more. It feels like you have people around you who misuse you because you don't know your worth. Go find your worth, Annie, okay? So Annie, obviously her storyline is always gonna be interesting because she's always fighting with everybody. And that's the thing too. If you're always in a fight with everybody, it's not them, it's you. So that's why I'm saying, Annie, go to therapy, because everybody is just triggering you everywhere, right? Then Swanky always brings it. And I'm always grateful because whatever he's serving, we are always here to eat, from the outfits, from the bag. I mean, he was putting the Valentino bag. I don't know, what was the next one? Prada or Gucci? I don't know. But what his fashion, obviously, we know that's what he's into, is always impeccable. And those shoes. Dude, you're like, what, 6 feet or 6? I don't know. You wear those shoes and you're like 7 feet tall. Wow. Do you sell those shoes? Because wow, those are incredible. Maybe you should start your own shoe line, because they're like this big, huge platform and it has crystals on it. Just love it. Love Swanky. And Swanky, by the way, help out your friend. Help out your friend Annie and bring her to therapy. Swanky said he's been going to therapy, and you can tell he's much more calmer. Don't get twisted. He will check somebody if you come for him, but you can tell he's much more calmer because he's been going to therapy, and he's like, I know my triggers. She's trying to trigger me. Stop gaslighting me. Like, you know what I'm saying? People, Africans, we all need to go to therapy, especially Africans, because we are all just like, I don't know, mind washed with the whole traditions and religion, that sometimes we are walking around here just like triggered people. So I'm glad. And you could tell, you know, they say therapy is like a haircut. If it's working, most people will be like, something is different about you. We could tell something was different about Swanky this season. Then Diamond and Fontana. First of all, Diamond, not all women don't want you. I know you're a big superstar and you can sing, but you've got it so twisted in your head. And I know there's women throwing at you every single whatever. So you've concluded in your head, every woman in this world wants me. Hey, if that helps you sleep at night, great. But you've always been a player. You know, I don't think you're ever ready to settle down, because I think everybody's throwing themselves at you. And it's the same case with you and Fontana. You know, I think you and Fontana are like, when we see each other, we can get together. But when we leave each other, if I'm sleeping over there with so-and-so and you're sleeping with someone in so-and-so over there, not our problem. Almost like a dating relationship that is open. And clearly we know Diamond has a girlfriend. He's always constantly posting it on social media. His would-be artist. Hey, this women, listen, all these women know this is who we're dealing with. If he's out there sleeping with somebody else, they just, okay? Meaning they're all using each other, okay? Don't, even these women, they're there to use Diamond for whatever they need, and Diamond is using them. I feel like it's not personal, it's almost more business. You know what I'm saying? So, hey, Diamond, crazy. Now, it did bother me that Zari uses the children to punish you when you guys don't get along. Zari, you cannot use your children as a weapon to, you know, against their father. Like, these children are the ones who suffer. You guys have your differences, go figure them out on the side. But if a child wants to call their father, let them call them, because a relationship between a child and a parent is way much more different than the married couple, right? Husband and wife is different, or mama, baby, father, it's different than child and parent. So you should never be in between that, because in the future, those children will come and say, you are wrong for keeping us away from our father. I mean, unless he's really abusive and doesn't take care of them, clearly. But it seems like really Diamond love his children. I mean, they want to spend time with him, so why not work it out and don't use the kids, you know, to punish each other. Anyway, figure it out. And then Nadia, oh, my girl Nadia, oh, it was really heartbreaking to see her. I mean, we all found out that obviously she lost her boyfriend. I think he got gunned down or something. And so obviously it was shocking. and then she goes into this big depression. She even talked about being suicidal. I really appreciate her sharing it because a lot of people probably could relate with that story. And then when Kanye showed up, oh my God, it was almost like you remembered me. I mean, I'm getting emotional just thinking about that scene. Really got to me. And I appreciate Kanye for showing up and, you know, being her friend and supporting her, because she knew her friend something was off, right? She could tell, this is not my friend. She's not in a good place. I also loved what she also did for Quinton. It's like Kanye shows up just in time to like, look, this is what you need. Like Quinton with the whole Kaylee thing. Like, dude, you have strung along this girl for 4 years. Now I get it, you were married before, but maybe you two need to go to therapy and find out, because you said you have a fear of failure, but your fear has you so selfish you're not seeing her need. You're in the same relationship with somebody else, but you're all thinking about yourself. It's made you selfish. So you're all like, well, we're together, what's your problem, right? And she is very patient, Quinton, very patient. Because, you know, if that was a Black woman, this would have been over a long time, and you know it. But because she's, you know, calm and quiet and all that stuff, and she's very patient, you are misusing her patience for it. Now, Kylie, I'm glad he proposed. I'm hoping, Quinton, you proposed not because you got scared because Kanye told you she's your person, don't let her go, so you felt pressured to propose. I hope that came from your heart. Now, Kylie, please don't let him string you along for another 4 years or 5 years before we even have a wedding, okay? Girl, I was glad that finally you put your foot down. You're like, I'm moving out. I'm moving out if you don't want to get married, right? Good for you. He was like, ooh, she's not playing now, right? So very interesting there. Then Louis is interesting. He's innocent in a way. On the other hand, there's something you can also say he's not very well exposed when it comes to relations of, I don't know, men and women. I think what he intended to do as far as getting those women to find a surrogate just was very tone deaf in the fact that, and that's why Eni got really triggered and upset. You're parading them like they're goods, you know, like they're like for sale. Which egg should look good? They're human beings. That's what you're trying to say. They're human beings. And also the fact that every girl that walks in the show, I like her, I like her, I like her. Dude, that tells me maybe you need to stop and figure out what is it that you like, don't like, okay? Do you like women? Don't like women? I can't tell Louis what is going on, but I think you need to take your time. Everything that walks in, you can't like. Fantana, and then now the new girl, what's her name? Fikwe. You're like, oh, she looks like my type. Anybody who walks, I think you had a thing for Zari last year. It's like, dude, you're starting to look a little bit like, hey, I know what you want, really. I think you need to stop and figure out what you want. And then we have our celebrity. I was really shocked to see Eni here. I'm like, wow, okay. She's famous, she's young, and she's African. But I'm like, oh my God, I hope the toxicity does not destroy the brand, right? Because sometimes these shows, we know people can tend to go very, very low, and they really cut you, like, you know, your life now becomes, you know, even more exposed and no privacy, all kind of things like that. But that being said, I gotta say, girl, you hanged in there, and you are like, Louis, don't even come for me, and Louis, you're wrong. The way you guys went at each other, I was like, damn. And the way Swanky jumped in, like, did you just call her that? Who do you think you are? Do you know who she is? I was like, okay, bro, Swanky is who you need when you're about to get into a fight, because he's got your back, right? That's why Annie was like, how come, Swanky, you're not talking for me? And Swanky was like, look, now that is bad behavior. Don't expect me to co-sign that. So I thought that was interesting. And then Fikwe, is that her name? She's a content creator. I'm sorry, but what is your storyline? You're married or not married? It's African marriages, you know, the ones that they may not be recognized, I guess, on paper, but we all know you're married. So what? And people believe it, don't believe it. Is that why you got into a fight with Zari? You have no storyline. I'm worried for you because I'm feeling like next season, if you don't give us more, next, we need to move on to next, right? But yeah, I didn't feel like, I think you were doing too much and picking up a fight with something that didn't feel like, it felt like it was a non-issue. And maybe you picked a fight to make yourself relevant. I didn't get it. Anyway, what did you guys think of season 3? I loved it. I loved it. I'm glad that this has become a strong franchise. I remember season 1 when it first debuted. I was grateful for Netflix for putting Africa out there and showing a different side of Africa, and that this is Africa as well. And I was hoping that it would become a strong franchise that it continue, and it looks like it really has. I feel like we're here for it. Bring season 4, bring more people in here. It would be nice to see more countries. Kenya, I'm not sure. I've heard they approached somebody from Kenya and they refused, but maybe get more African countries in here. That'll be just fantastic. But once again, thank you so much. If you do like my video, give me a like, subscribe. It does help to support my channel. I love reviewing a lot of Korean dramas here. Anything international that is really good, I'll review it here. So if that's your vibe, join me for that as well. I'll see you in my next one. Deuces.